Hello. In this subject, in this lessons, it's about sharpening tools or fixing tools, or and fixing tools. So some of them don't need sharpening, but they may need other repairs. So I'll show you how to sharpen tools. For example, razor sharp. And I'm talking about razor sharp. Okay. First of all, I'll explain it, and then I'll show you a little bit. Okay, and a little bit more until you understand it. Here we have a common chisel. Okay. Now note, here we have a stone here. I use a stone for this. Okay. So if you notice the chisel here, if I can put it on the camera, it's got an angle here. See that angle there? Here. Let's see if the camera can spot that a little bit better. Okay. See that angle there over here? Okay. It has to be flat on the stone. You first put oil on it, okay, and it has to be flat on it. Straight here, straight there. Okay, not a little bit that way, or even a little bit that way can stuff up the blade here. Okay, or a little bit this way can stuff it up. It has to be exactly on this thing here. Okay, this thing here has to be flat, has to be on like that, flat on there. So there's no gap here, no gap on the bottom. And you just put a bit of oil, okay, and you just flatten it here, just a bit, and just come up here. Come, spread the oil out a bit, just come up this way. You can use the whole thing if you want, just keep it flat on, okay, on there. Okay, you can use your finger here to feel it, be careful you don't cut yourself. Okay, keep it flat on there. All these type of chisels are done that way. Now this is already sharpened a while back, and it's razor sharp, so I don't have to continue. It's got a bit of cut section, I just noticed, probably from being used a bit, if you notice that. Now once you sharpen it, razor sharp here, which we're not going to do right now, it's got a little bit of cuts there at the moment. So this to be redone again. But once you do it razor sharp, you just do it once or twice, no more, just once or twice the other way. So you do it the other way, just once and twice, just like that. Okay? This is how this is done. Okay? Now, there's a number of things you can use to sharpen them. You can use stone, you can use sandpaper, you can use file. Okay? For instance, a chisel like this is round. See that? Well, not exactly round, but almost round. So you have to have this round. I use sandpaper for that. Okay? I may cut a piece like this. Okay? Anything that's round, smaller ones or bigger ones. And you have to go right around the edges here, around here like this, keeping the thumb steady. Okay? It's got to be right on this thing here, right around here. Can't be tilted this way, the sandpaper, even a little bit can stuff it up, or this way. It has to be flat on, flat on. Okay? That's how you do the round ones. Okay? These are for wood turning. Like here's another round one. It's a little bit slightly different round shape. Okay? So it has to be rounded off here. Right there. Okay? Right around there. Flat on the round surface. Like If it was round shape like this, it has to stick onto it. If it was this shape, it's a different shape. If it was this shape, it's bigger so you can see it. It can't be that way or this way. It has to be dead on, and you sharpen it. Okay. For example, if that can was needed sharpening, I'll just give you an example on a bigger round surface. So you have to be flat on that. Okay, you may steady it on the ground somewhere and just come up this way and just sharpen it this way. This has already been sharpened a long time ago, so we don't need to. We use some tissues to get rid of the excess oil from the previous chisel. The newspaper was not good enough. Okay, there's still a bit of oil running there. You can be careful you don't cut yourself. So is there any other type of chisel, like a wood turning chisel that's a different shape, but it's got straight line. See that thing here? See that thing here? I hope the camera can see that. I'll put a close up. Okay, see that angle that has to be flat onto that. You put that flat onto that, and you do the same basic principle. Okay? Okay, flat onto it. That's to take, for example, if it's flat, like, for example, with something that I'll give you an example. Okay? If this was the flat part here, okay, the flat part, this has to stick onto it, onto the flat part, like this. It can't be that way or this way or this way or that way. It has to be flat on. You see, flat on there, flat on here, and that's how you get a razor sharp chisel. Okay. Once you get a razor sharp chisel like that, for these straight ones, you just come a little bit on the opposite way, just once or twice like this. That's up. But this has already been sharpened a long time ago, and it's pretty much razor sharp. So is then the same common thing applies to you may be able to see it clearly with a plane here. It's more bigger. It's the same kind of shape as the chisel here, this one, okay, or something similar. So here it is. As you can see, that you will have to unscrew this. Okay, do it separately. Here, you come this way, come that way. Use pull strokes. Keep it flat onto the stone, and then you do the other one. The other one has a different shape, a straight shape here. I won't pull it apart now, but you get the idea now, I think. So then, for example, an axe like this. See if the camera can see that. Okay, see that it's got kind of like an angle this way. That will have to be on both sides. It is. So you have to have it flat like this and come in this way, flat. Okay, you just chisel it like this, flat, coming around, keeping it flat as possible as you can. Now this needs sharpening, but we're not going to do it now. It's going to take probably 100 years. But anyway, then you do the other side. Camera can't see the reverse. Okay, you do the other side, keeping it flat. Okay, you do circles coming around like this. Okay, that's any tool that needs sharpening is based on that principle. The shape that's here, it has to be flat on. So it's not this way. See the gap there? It's not that way. See the gap behind? It's not that. It is flat on, and it has to be. So this stone has to go flat on this. Okay, this stone here. If this was the stone, you have to, for example, this was a hand stone like this one, you will have to go this way here. Not this way or that way. Even a little bit will stuff it up. You've got to go flat on and just come up that way. So is the other side, you will come this way. So if this was a stone, there are some hand stones. This is wood, but this was a hand stone. You have to have it flat onto the cutting edge. So is similar axes like this. This needs to fix this up. You will need to get the rust off first. And what I do for that is use sandpaper, lots of sandpaper, and it's just a matter of scrubbing. Okay, scrub it everywhere properly, and scrub the edge as well. Again, flat on the edge. It has to be flat. As you take the rust off the edge on a flat surface like this, with the sandpaper, it'll be sharpened a fair bit. Then you can use a stone and come in the same shape again, coming down this way. Because it's round, you have to turn it. Okay, see how I'm turning it? Okay, and you may use two hands, but for the camera now we'll use one hand so you can see it. Okay, and you may turn it this way, for example, and come down this way. Okay, although the things are in the way there, so I can't get it going. Okay, so now the saws are very. Hang on, before we get to the saw, you get to this thing. It's the same common sense applies to this. See how this is got a thing here. Okay, see how it's got that thing there and that thing there. This has to be on it like that, not this way or that way. It has to be flat on and flat on the other side. So you maybe pull this apart so you can get to the stone if you're going to use a stone, or you can do it this way. Come this way and come. How would you do it? You will come this way and come down this way. Although it's very hard to do it here because it's too fat here. So you have to pull this whole thing apart, take it apart, and sharpen it the same way as I showed you with the axe. Okay. Next thing you know, you can also spray on the rusted things to get the spray off. This is CRC. Okay, 226. It's good stuff. Use sandpaper at first if it's got rust. Get it all by hand out as much as you can. This is what I do. And then you put this thing on, and it protects it from more rust, and also gets the excess rust of the rust that you left off. Now these saws have the same common sense. There's two types of saws in woodwork that I know of. Okay, and here I use an inlet file, that is, and see how these teeth go like that. I'm not sure if the camera can see that. Okay, they actually go on an angle. You have to come. I haven't got good eyesight to do this, to see this properly, but I can see it enough. You will have to go one this way on this angle here. Okay, and then one on that angle, one on this angle, one, and so you move down this way. So the way that's done is if the camera can focus on this here. Okay, so you go on the same angle as I explained with the chisels and the axes and all these tools. You have to be on the angle and just come up this way. About 7, then change to the other one, the one next to it, and come this way. So I think I'll do it backwards. I don't know if I can work backwards, but anyway, we come here, for example, if we're up to here, we come this way and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example, and then the other one is along this way, okay? Okay, that's all there is to it. You've got to get the shape that showed you here on the chisel. You have two shapes this way and that way. You get the two shapes, that is, let the camera see that, two shapes of saw blades here going this way and that way, and the next one will be on the reverse. One will be that way, one will be that way, okay? And you have two, and you have to get both of them sharpened. As I was saying, look more into detail on the saw because I can't get a big enough print on the camera for you to see that exactly, but I think most of you would have understood that. Those that may have not understood about the saw, look into it more deeper. For example, the hammer is really quite simple. It doesn't need sharpening, obviously. Or you can just use a sandpaper. Okay, cut a piece there, and just use a sandpaper and sand it until you get it nice and shiny. Okay, although we're not going to do that right now. For the camera purposes, it's going to take ages. So that's how these tools are sharpened. Remember, I repeat, you go with the blade. So if the blade is straight like this, if this was the blade and this was a stone, you have to be stuck on like this. Okay? 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 Not like this or like this. It has to go on the cutting edge. So that way you will get a razor sharp. As simple as that. In the understanding, I'm sure you would have understood that. I'm sure all of you would have understood that. I teach great, so I'm sure you would understand that. But to actually practice it and get the skill behind it, the handmade shade, whatever, practice until you get it. You may get it right straight away, or you may take a while. But stick to it, and you eventually will. Thank you for listening, and hope you do a lot of good sharpening and repairing your tools.